we're going to have a look at the trigonometric ratios. So we've got three that we need to remember. Also, you need to know about how to identify sides of the triangle. So your opposite side, adjacent side, and their hypotenuse. So if you're not sure, watch the previous videos because that'll explain it for you. We've got three ratios we need to remember. Sine of theta is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. The cosine, or cos theta, is equal to the adjacent over hypotenuse, and the tangent, tan theta, is equal to opposite over adjacent. There's a little saying, so ka toa. Think sakata, like the biscuits. This might help you try and remember, just a little way to remember them all. So sine is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. Cos is equal to the adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. So if you can remember those 9 letters in order, you'll go a long way to being able to do these. We're going to have a look at a couple of examples, and we have got my calculator ready to roll here as well. So if I have an angle of 32 degrees in here, I've got 12 meters here, and I'm going to have my unknown on this side out here. So this is opposite my angle. This one is adjacent. So first thing you need to do is identify the sides. So I have got the opposite and the adjacent, the opposite and the adjacent. So I'm going to have to use tan theta is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. So tan of the angle, which is 32, is equal to the opposite x over the adjacent, which is 12. I'm going to multiply this across, so it's going to turn into 12 times tan 32 is equal to x. So I'm going to come over to my calculator. First thing I'm going to do is by hitting shift, put my pen down, shift and menu, and I need to come down and make sure my angles are set to degrees, because we're working in degrees here, not radians. Really important, otherwise you get all of your answers wrong. Exit out of that. 12 times tan of 32 is equal to 7. So x is equal to 7.50 meters, because we're working in meters back here. Let's have a look at the next one. Got a man standing on top of a cliff. He can see at a 60-degree angle. How far can he see along here? Now let's say that this is going to be 20 meters along here. So he can see for 20 meters. How far can he see from the base of the cliff? So first thing I'm going to do, I've got my angle. I'm looking opposite that, and I'm looking at the hypotenuse as well. Hold on, I've got my opposite and the hypotenuse, so I'm going to look at sine of the angle. Sine of 60 is equal to the opposite, which is x, over the hypotenuse, 20. So again, I'm going to multiply this across. 20 multiplied by sine of 60 is equal to x. I pop that in my calculator after I put my pen down and delete that. 20 multiplied by the sine of 60 is equal to 17. X is equal to 17.32 meters. One last example we're going to look at is using the inverse. So here we don't know the angle. We have got the opposite, and again we have got the hypotenuse. So we're going to use the sine of the angle is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. Now, what we need to do is find the angle. Theta is equal to sine, the inverse of sine, 25 divided by 30. So this little symbol here, what we need to do, on our calculator, you need to press shift sign. So we get the little -1. So the inverse of sine, bracket 25 over 30, divided by 30. Enter, and we get that theta, the angle, will be equal to 56.44 degrees. Over to you, and as I say, good luck.